Weddings in India go beyond ritual. They become stories of grandeur, artistry and imagination. Each celebration reflects the spirit of creativity that defines the nation's wedding industry. Bringing that very spirit to life, the Great Indian Wedding Book presents India's best wedding makers powered by Copper Events, celebrated the visionaries shaping the future of Indian weddings. The event began with a warm welcome address by Prateek Tandon, co-founder Copper Events and co-founder IBWM. Let's take a look.
Today, Indian weddings have just entered the global stage. They have taken it over. We are no longer following trends. We are creating them. We are taking Indian celebrations, their beauty, scale, and soul to every corner of the world. And that's exactly what we celebrate tonight. The people behind that global success, those who have turned Indian weddings into a language of luxury, artistry, and innovation. Welcome to IBWM, India's best wedding makers. As a planner, I can say with conviction, Indian luxury weddings today are not just events, they are legacies crafted with imagination, precision, and heart. And we look ahead, I see an industry that's becoming stronger, more thoughtful, more creative, truly global.
Next up, the event featured Atul Pandey, publisher, The Great Indian Wedding Book, who shared the story behind the platform that celebrated India's finest wedding creators.
When we began the Great Indian Wedding Book, our goal was simple: to make wedding planners easier, more inspired, and more informed, and make the weddings better and bigger. This is one publication that gives every wedding family all the insights they could ever need and connects them directly with the most credible experts in the wedding industry. Over the years, it has become more than a guide. It has become a bridge between dreamers and doers, between couples and creators. And from that bridge, IBWM was born. If the Great Indian Wedding Book documents the best, IBWM celebrates the best. Together, they complete each other, one in print, one in presence. Tonight is just not about unveiling a new edition of the Great Indian Wedding Book. It's about reaffirming our shared belief that weddings are not transactions, but legacies. They are built on trust, talent, and the pursuit of beauty.
Up next, the event witnessed an engaging panel discussion with industry icons as they explored what made the Great Indian Wedding truly great and how creativity, collaboration and culture continued to define it. Let's take a look.
You know, weddings today showcase couture as much as rituals, right? So do you feel that the bride's outfit actually sets the tone of the entire wedding?
Sometimes there are brides who can't decide to the last minute what kind of outfit do they want to wear. Sometimes there are, it's very funny when the whole family is involved, everyone has a different opinion. So sometimes the jewelries decide the outfit. But of course, I personally feel that the bride, since she's growing up, she's always had a bridal outfit in mind.
Asta, my question to you is, do you feel weddings are now styled for just Instagram, or they're styled for something longer meaning?
instant Instagram scrolls are really important for the bride and the families, but the longevity of your experience of the entire process is extremely important. So it kind of goes hand in hand now. Brides also have a lot of pressure to look the best for Instagram, but somewhere deep down, they always know the way they want to look, and that's not influenced by social media. So it comes from within. So it's hand in hand. You can't take away social media from their big day.
Aditya, let me come to you, buddy. Do scale and budgets actually dominate the idea of the greatness of a wedding? Or is it just the fine-tuned details and personalization which matter?
I think greatness lies in experience. Whether you do large scale, mid scale, intimate style weddings, greatness is all about the experience you give the family, you give the friends, you give everyone who comes to the wedding. But yeah, if you want revenue, you want profitability, then large scale weddings gives you that platform. Intimate weddings are beautiful, they leave great memories, but for me, the grandness and the scale and the largeness of the project is what is the great fat Indian wedding all about.
Do photographs actually determine how a wedding is remembered more than any other element?
If you were there at the wedding, I do not think so. Because the experience of what you had at that wedding is far more important than the photographs of that wedding. But if you are not at the wedding, and I think that is a major part of our lives. So Instagram, even if it's a private account, a lot of brides that I photograph today, they have 5,000 followers with a private account. Those 5,000 people are not at the wedding. How your wedding is perceived is entirely down to the photos.
Up next, Sabas Joseph, co-founder and director, Wizcraft International Entertainment, shared valuable insights on the evolution of India's wedding business and the growing landscape of wedding tourism.
India is the wedding capital of the world. Officially, we're talking about a 130 billion business that all of us in this room are part of. The Honorable Prime Minister is referred to as wedding tourism, a wedding economy. I often talk about weddonomics, because if you look at the economics of the wedding business and you look at its translation across, we've estimated it at 400,000 crores. And that's part of the business that all of us are part of. Suddenly, our business is something that the world is talking about. Our business is something that the government of India is saying, as India becomes the third largest economy, 10% of the economy is going to be driven by tourism, and 5% is going to be driven by the event experience business, which is largely weddings, conferences, and concerts. And give ourselves a round of applause, because we are no longer event planners, we are economy drivers.
Adding a touch of glamour, the evening also featured a lively Q&A with Bollywood stars Varun Dhawan, Isha Gupta and Neha Dhupia as they shared personal stories, fun wedding moments and their take on the charm of Indian wedding celebrations.
Have you ever gate crashed any wedding?
I have. I think when I was kind of courting my wife, मैं उनको पटाने के इरादे से उधर लेके गया था. पता चला कि वहाँ पे सब बंद है क्योंकि वेडिंग चल रही है. तो मैंने बोल दिया मेरी दोस्त की वेडिंग है, चलते अंदर अंदर चले गए. तो पता चला कि हम किसी को नहीं जानते. एंड बिफोर वी कुड गेट थ्रोन आउट, आई काइंड ऑफ प्रपोज्ड टू हर एंड देन वी लेफ्ट फ्रॉम देयर.
Superb. And
What was your least favorite thing about your wedding?
My wedding. Well, my wedding happened during COVID, so I could only invite 50 guests. It was a rule. So the least favorite thing was that 1-2 guests got COVID.
So that was their wedding return gift from your wedding.
Varun, if you've hit the dance floor, what is that one song which will always make you move?
Oh, you say it. Say it.
Bijuria!
No, Bijuria as well as I'd say even Perfect by Guru Randhawa. Yeah, I like that one as well.
So what is the first thing you do when you enter a wedding? Do you look out for photographers? Do you go and find the couple? Or do you hit the place where the food is served? Please be honest. Just, we're all friends here.
If you want me to be really honest, guys, I'm going to be really honest. The first thing I do is look for my manager to make sure the check has come. If I attend a wedding, it has to be that.
So, but when you attend a wedding for a friend or anybody you know, what is the first thing you do?
I mean, we see the beautiful decoration, the music, the family, the food, and of course, eventually the bar.
You have been part of films, the glamour industry. But still, what was so special about being a bride?
What was the most special part about being a bride? I mean, of course, that moment is just surreal. I think the mehndi went on for very long. The day I became a bride, the next morning, I think the best part is that I didn't hear the alarm clock. Usually when it's a shoot or something, I always hear the alarm clock. One is I was late. Second, the best thing about being married to Angad is that he has very little patience and so do I. So we were done in about 1.5 hours, which was fantastic. And nobody over here will agree with me, but ours was a mini low-budget wedding with like 50 guests. So everybody here is like, I'm the worst spokesperson for the kind of wedding there should be. It wasn't a big fat Indian wedding, I promise you.
The evening continued with Atul Pandey and Pratik Tandon in conversation, reflecting on the journey of the Great Indian Wedding Book and India's best wedding makers and their growing influence across the wedding industry.
How did it come to you, the idea of the Great Indian Wedding Book?
So in short, the idea behind the Great Indian Wedding Book was always, and it is today, it will always be, to bring together the best of the experts from across different genres of luxury wedding, whether they are the designers or the jewelers or the planners or the decorators. We wanted to bring them together, be their collective voice to the wedding families and connect them to the wedding families in a manner that each and every wedding family gets to know who is doing exceptional work. And that's how the Great Indian Wedding Book was eventually created.
It's a great platform. You've got the biggest of the names together. How does this help the industry showcase themselves? Could you just share that as well?
See, the first step was to build the community. I think we have built the community now. It is there. It will go a little slow. People will understand, realize. And once the community is there, we will bring in the clients, audience, guest, host, brides, families to avail, because once the platform is there, you can see, good collaborations happening, newer ideas coming in, the professionalism to grow. You would see newer things to happen when so many people come together. That's what we are looking at.
Next up, the event witnessed the grand unveiling of the 5th edition of the Great Indian Wedding Book 2025, a tribute to imagination, craftsmanship, and the creative forces shaping modern Indian weddings. The launch marked yet another milestone in showcasing the country's most visionary talents, redefining how weddings are designed, experienced, and remembered. The night also honored India's most distinguished names as India's best wedding makers, recognized excellence, artistry, and innovation in wedding creation. The first set of awards celebrated India's best wedding future leaders. The next category honored India's best wedding bespoke essential. Up next, recognition for India's Best Wedding Invite Master and India's Best Wedding Gifting Master. The next category celebrated India's Best Wedding Entertainment Master. Up next, the night celebrated India's Best Wedding Couture. The next category celebrated India's Best Wedding Storyteller. Up next, accolades for India's Best Wedding Jeweler. Up next, felicitations recognized India's best wedding destination and India's best wedding venue. Following that, honours went to India's best wedding F&B master. Up next, honours for India's best wedding decor expert. And finally, the next category recognized India's best wedding planner. As the night drew to a close, guests shared laughter, conversations, and moments that reflected the heart of the industry. The conclave brought together a community bound by creativity and collaboration, the very spirit that defines India's wedding industry.
I think people wait up for years of their lives to come to this one moment when they know they're going to go back in time and live their moment like kings and queens. And that's literally what happens. There's no industry like it, and we've enjoyed every moment of it, creating beautiful couture and making loads and loads of people look beautiful.
Thank you. It feels great to be acknowledged for the work that we're doing. And it's just, I trust, it's a very small effort in a beautiful emotion in one's life. So I think feels great to be here.
The biggest change is in the mindset of the bride. She is so much more sure of herself and, confident about picking the pieces, not being influenced by her parents or anybody else.
When we work hard and we are honored, it always feels good. We do the best work and we get really invested with our clients, with our brides and the families. And I think that kind of puts us apart. And the craft that we bring in to the table, I think that's what.
I think the idea is to create like an intimate bond within the wedding, and I think also create with your clients, like the people that you work with. It's not just a client servicing relationship. Like for us, it's just a very intimate, it's almost like being in a relationship with someone.
I'm very honored that this has got this award, because weddings, I think I was probably one of the first two people who made the weddings in a very spectacular way. Yeah, so I'm so happy that even my small weddings, which I do, I still try to make them spectacular and a lot of feeling and a lot of nice concepts. So I always try and do that.
Honestly, I'm so grateful. I think to me, this is, it's just something I love doing. And to receive recognition for something you love so much is just something, it's just truly humbling. And it's really, really kind to be, to be getting this honor. So I'm really grateful.